Hi guys, Transformers Fan 5000 here, back again with another video. This time it's with a mid-year channel review. I've done one of these before, and basically what we're going to be going over today is what to expect for the rest of this year. So I've got a lineup of, not in release order, but I have a lineup of around 9 to 10 videos. So now the big end of days project part 2 is out of the way, which I'll leave in the right hand corner right now if you haven't seen it. That's a feature-length stop-motion Transformers film. Trust me, you're going to love the action in that. A lot of work went into this, and the cast also put a lot of talented voice acting into this as well, as they always do. But this, basically, I did a video like this at the start of the year, end of last year, and I do them every now and then when I feel like I should give an update, once I've done a big project, or at the start or the end of the year when I'm sort of giving my goals to the year, what I want to achieve. And with End of Days Part 2 Foe's Return being done, it's really taking a weight off my shoulders, and basically we're going to be talking about what to expect for the rest of the year. Now, this is not in a chronological order because I have some notes on my phone right here that I'm reading off if you see me looking away from the camera. But yeah, I've got like 9-10 videos, and these will probably be released every 2 weeks. I'm going to go for. Some might be closer or further away than others, depending how long it takes to make the video. But I feel like some of these, if you've enjoyed End of Days Part 2 and 1, I feel like you're going to enjoy what I've got lined up. So, again, these are not in an order, they're just a brief order. But firstly is the cast thoughts on the film. So me and the cast recently got together and did a spoiler-free review. And if you haven't seen that, I'll check that out in the right-hand corner right now. But this one is going to be a spoiler review. So what the cast actually think of the film, what they think of the action, the story, and we're going to go into spoiler territory. So that's one. The next one is going to be combining part 1 and 2 of End of Days into one big video. I'm going to be doing this as the parts come out, part 3, 4, 5, and 6, because End of Days, it's not just the parts, it's the entire film, part 1 to 6. That's the film. I just had to split it up because it's such a big film. But part 1 and 2 combined, it's going to be like 3 hours anyway, nearly. So that's going to be something to look forward to, which leads me on to my next video. Is going to be an updated video for the cinematic universe. This is going to be everything in the playlist so far, just in one big video, chronological order. I've done this a couple of times. I've done a couple of Torture of Terror, which are like the Treehouse of Horror for Simpsons. But yeah, I'm going to be doing an updated cinematic universe now that a lot of the plot is sort of coming together now, because with End of Days Part 1, I had all these ideas and I kept leaving Expanded Universe sort of stories here and there, leaving a bit of a trail of breadcrumbs, and hoping you guys would piece together some of the story elements, which a lot of you did, which is really good to see. But yeah, it's out now, so it's nice to actually see the story that I've had in my head so long be something physical for you all to watch. And we're not done yet, we've got a lot left to go. So yeah, that's another video coming out, the entire cinematic universe so far. The next one is my own commentary. Now I may do 2 of these, one for myself and maybe in a commentary with some of the voice actors. I haven't actually said this to them yet, but I know some of them will probably be interested. So if you're one of my voice actors watching this now, consider that your notification of that video. But again, that's just a maybe. I don't know if I'm definitely doing that or not, but I'll definitely be doing my commentary. But that is going to be probably my longest ever commentary, because one, it's like my longest project I've ever done in time-wise of how long it is. But also I have like 11, 12 pages of commentary notes to go through. So that's going to be great. The next one is a bit of another commentary for myself. This is a fight scene breakdown. I'm probably going to be doing 2 to 3 of these. If you watched Rebellion, you would have seen that I posted a sort of commentary edition of Starscream versus Barricade, Blackout and Brawl, and I broke down the entire fight sequence, everything, because the thing is, with that fight, there would have been stuff that you missed, and it split-second things that I know a lot of people aren't going to see, but I do it because if that one person, that eagle-eyed person, sees that and thinks, wow, that's such a good attention to detail, I didn't notice that. It's a 1% who notice. And I kind of want to show that 1%, what extra stuff I included. Now, with the End of Days Part 2, there was a lot of stuff in the fight scenes that I guarantee you didn't see. So we're going to be going into that. Some of my choices as well of why certain characters did certain things. We'll be diving deep into that. So we're probably going to, like I said, do a few of those because there's lots of different fight scenes and I can't do it all in one video. It's going to be a nightmare if I do that. The next one is a bit of a fun one. It's going to be bloopers. Now, some of the End of Days Part 2 and a couple of other parts of End of Days bloopers actually made it into another blooper reel that I've already released, but they don't really give much spoilers away. So I'm going to be doing a full-on Part 2 blooper reel. So that's going to be pretty fun to watch. The next one, this will be a good one for all you G1 fans out there. I have a interesting, not gonna spoil it. I have an interesting G1 toy video coming up that I think you might want to watch. So if you're a fan of G1 toys, keep an eye on this channel. And then the last one on the list is I may be doing some TF Nation videos. I'm not going to give too much information on that yet, but I've got some TF Nation video ideas that I kind of want to touch up on and do. So nothing I'm going to say yet, like I said, but I'll just leave it at that for now. And as soon as I get those ideas sort of off the ground, I'll do an announcement and tell you guys. But yeah, that's it. A lot quicker than my normal updates, but I'll probably do another one, as I said, later on, but that's what to expect for the rest of the year. Now, the big question you're asking, where's End of Days Part 3? So, currently, I am on a bit of a break because End of Days Part 2, on and off, took about 4 years to make, on and off. But I actually made 13 Expanded Universe installments in that time of the 3 to 4 years. So while I might think, oh, it took 4 years to make one film, I did like 13 other projects in that time. So End of Days was sort of on the back burner here and there. The last 8 to 9 months really picked up production. So I'd probably say End of Days Part 2, if you added it up, took about a year to make. I don't think Part 3 is going to take that long to make. Not a year, but it's going to take a long time to make, but it's not going to take that as long as Part 1 and 2, which both took like a year to make. So yeah, you're asking yourself, where's Part 3? I'm hoping for this year. I'm hoping. Don't hold me to that. Either end of this year or early next year, I think January, February maybe. And I say that because towards the end of the year, I work my Christmas specials annually, which that can take a month to make anyway. I haven't got the script yet for this year's Christmas special. So that is another video to expect, but that's just like an annual thing that I do every year, so I don't really feel like I need to announce it. But yeah, that takes a good month to make as well. So that's why I'm giving January and February next year for End of Days Part 3, because that's a full month of that I've lost pretty much. But right now I'm on that break for about 3-4 weeks. I'm going to have off YouTube, not off YouTube, but like off editing, film, stop motion sort of stuff. Like I said, I'm going to release all these videos because these are pretty straightforward. It's just me sitting in front of the camera, the microphone, and just chatting about the film really, or doing the commentaries with the other cast members. The only sort of real editing that I'm really going to have to do is the bloopers, which is very easy. So I messed my words up there. And the TF Nation and the G1 video. Those are the only ones I'm actually going to have to sit down and really edit. and I'm gonna try not to overcomplicate them. So yeah, but like I said, because End of Days Part 2 took quite a long time to make, I'm having a good 3 to 4 weeks off just to clear my mind, reset. And I've got to sort out a load of my files as well on my PC because yeah, End of Days Part 2 really clogged the memory up. I'll just put it at that. The little red bar on like hard drive when it shows you how full it is, yeah, that was red all the way to the point where I couldn't download like a single file from the internet, like the tiniest file. It was that full, and it was full on 2 out of 3 drives. I had 3 drives and it was all bad. Now that's some of my files as well, but End of Days Part 2, the files took a lot of space. So yeah, that's what to expect. So that list, and then the Christmas special, and then End of Days Part 3. I don't intend to postpone End of Days anymore because I did Expand Universe stories as I progressed my skills and had a bit of a break from End of Days Part 2. I don't intend to do that anymore. I just want to get End of Days done. Not as in like rush it, but I need to get it done. So I don't intend to let End of Days Part 3 take any longer than it needs to take. There's probably 2 scenes in it that are more action, but they're not nearly as bad as Part 1 and 2. So if I can do Part 1 and 2, I can do Part 3, because Part 3 is a lot more story. That's one thing to note. Maybe when you watch Part 3, don't expect the big battles that take like 4 months to make. Expect a biggish battle, but you know, it's a bit of a calmer one, a lot more story, a lot more dialogue driven, but it's still a very essential part of the overall plot of End of Days if you want to watch the full thing and understand it. So that's it. I'm going to leave that here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And let me know actually what you think of this video, because I've actually bought a webcam. So if you notice in my previous videos, a lot of it is just my actual YouTube picture, or if I do film, I have to use my phone. And it's been pretty handy actually having my phone to hand right here, and not having to use it to actually film myself. So yeah, let me know what you think of the quality. And yeah, if you have any questions about End of Days Part 2, I have a post up right now, and also I've got a pinned comment on End of Days Part 2, the actual video uploaded. So go and ask your questions there, and that's another video I might be doing, whether I do it in one of the cast thoughts on the film or whether I do it in a commentary, but I'll be answering all your questions in an upcoming video if you have any. So yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. Take care, and till all are one. See you, everyone.